gonna be quick. You know, usually I don't go on camera and stuff. Or my face ain't dirty. It's got to eat. But usually, man, I try not to go on camera while I'm driving. You know, accidental purposes. I just hit it while I pulled off. From this corner. But yeah, man, it's just listening to Charleston White, man. Dude is very educated. Very, like you say, he's very articulated, you know. And he remind me of Tupac. Tupac came from that same creed. You know, even though his mother was in the Panthers, stepdad was in the Panthers, got locked up. But the mentality in the childhood he was raised in, man, you know, the people he was around, you know, molded him and, you know, did so much good for his life, man. And just to see, like, Tupac take this turn and be an entertainer, which he've always wanted to be, and to bring people out, you know, into the light. And you know, I think it was what, the Tupac movie or something that they had, when Pac was saying, in order to reach the people, you gotta go where they go and be how they be, you know, and that was the only way to reach the people. And so when it came down to it, you know, it was kind of crazy just hearing that, you know, Charleston, the way I didn't even expect, like, I never really watched Charleston all the way like that. I always seen clips about this guy. I knew he had some type of intellect, you know, to him, but, you know, the facade, to see past all that wild stuff, man, you really couldn't understand, like, what Charleston was talking about, because of all the wild stuff he was saying, all the ignorant stuff, you know, he was, you know, going at people and stuff. But this is society right now. Entertainment. I literally talk so much about finance. It is boring as crap. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But I'd rather be boring, rich man, you know, that succeeds over time, than to be a filthy, conceited, you know, so-called masculated man that really, you know, don't have anything to stand on. You know, my morals that I try to bring to the different spaces that I was in and talk to them, you know, of course I had to get to their level, be where they at, you know. When I came into certain spaces online, preferably on YouTube, you know, I was going for the brotherhood, the camaraderie, the unity, and then I got taken to a whole nother path. And, you know, you see me right now, got my vest on, I'm working, and I normally listen to a lot of this stuff while I'm working, and, you know, very seldomly go on while I was, you know, kind of off work. But, you know, that took away time from my family. And more or less kind of seeing what was going on within the path, you know, a lot of these guys' nature. And, you know, to see what it hurt and why it was so much like this, you know. Me and a couple of guys, you know, we talk offline and we pretty cool, you know. We talked about all this pain and stuff that a lot of guys are facing. We talked about a lot of this stuff that, you know, a lot of guys cause upon themselves, and women as well. Don't get me wrong, because, you know, I go at both. You know, I'll say something about the men just as quick I'm going to say something about the ladies. You know, by being a man doesn't make me exempt from my actions and, you know, my beings. But like I said, just listening to Charleston White, that interview, man, me doing more, you know, because a lot of times I do volunteer. I don't volunteer as much because I'm always chasing the money, you know, that Don't get me wrong, I love the money, but me going back and helping, especially just listening to that interview, and actually yesterday with me talking and just seeing the excitement every time I go and deal with kids, because I'm a wrestling coach. I go volunteer wrestle, and I'm actually just gonna get my license about it, and make it official. But me doing that, man, giving back, putting that heart of lion inside a child, that's what my coaches gave to me. And like I said, coming in, Charleston remind me of Tupac, man. This young guy, misguided, decent life, and he want to impact his people. Even though all that gangster rap Pac was talking, Pac said he got to meet the people where they are. So that's why he went to the hood. That's why he was, rapping that gangster life and dealing with all the thugs and, the Machiavelli life, was trying to convert itself as being reborn, and a lot of people, they talked about Machiavelli, I guess the original faked his own death and stuff, but, being that Pop was trying to do something good, just as Charleston, man, I didn't even know that this guy was so intelligent, man. Talked about himself having a glass eye, talked about busting his hips up as a 5-year-old, learning how to walk again. I mean, being groomed for this activism stuff at a young age and not even knowing. He's very intelligent, very smart, and always to the degree, I laugh and I tell my wife, certain things we talk about, certain things, I teach her and we talk about, and she always tell me I'm too smart for what I'm doing now. Or I tell her, I could have been a doctor, but I'm too smart to be a doctor. I could have been this, because telemarketer is crazy. Yeah, I can't see y'all in the chat because I'm really driving, but overall, man, a lot of people got a lot of intellect, man, and just over time, that's what, I always try to learn and better myself, better my kids. One of me and my friends, we was talking one time, and he was saying that, we both was like, man, we didn't go to college. Both of us had the opportunity. He went, but college wasn't for him. This guy failed out his first semester. College wasn't for him. One of his classes, I think he didn't even hardly go, and for him used to be woke up in the morning by his parents, tell him go to school, be to school by 8 in high school, and for him to go to college, they had to wake himself up, and normally you'll get up about 9, 10 o'clock if nobody wakes you up, or if you set your alarm. Yeah, my bad getting all these calls, but yeah, but this guy, man, like, he didn't even really do anything with college. Didn't hardly go to none of his classes. Failed out so much. His mom made him go ahead and pull a loan out for the second semester. She's like, I'm not paying for your college. So that was debt he had to pay back, which he said, man, I'm gonna do better second semester. Did the same exact thing, and that's the thing. College ain't for everybody. We push college to, the kids so much. What about trade schools, man? We still need electricians. We still need plumbers. We still, just need all kind of, jobs and welding, auto body mechanics. Somebody need to fix the cars, Some people need to clean the toilets. Be the best janitor you can be. Dr. King said, yes. Be the best janitor you can be. If that's the only job that you're good at and that you can do, man, be good at your job. People always say if you do your job for free, if you would do it for free, then you love your job. And Charleston opened up a lot of stuff that, I've been thinking about, been wanting to do. And, you know, just a lot of stalemate in my, you know, path. You know, me doing different business and stuff. Like, I literally got too much stuff going on right now. Like, that's the main reason why I haven't been online. You know, I'm working, and then I'm actually, you know, getting like 2 more business, trying to get them started up and running. And, you know, one of my dream jobs, you know, I pretty much a long way that I've been drawing and dealing for a while. I haven't got that off the ground yet. Every time I start the project, I finish, I put money into it, then walk away from it, you know. But, you know, that was always been my career goal, is to, you know, get into something that I want to do cool, you know, passively, you know, even in marriage and stuff. I was talking to one of my friends. He was like, man, you know, no man shouldn't get married between 30 and 35. And I was like, why so? You know, and this is an older guy. You know, he pretty smart and, you know, educated, you know, been married. And we was having our conversation, and he was like, well, you know, the development of the mind, that you want to be a player, you know, get yourself out there. I was like, I didn't want that. I wanted to get married out of high school. I was raised around older people, so I got an old soul. Like, genuinely, I wanted to go ahead and get married out of high school, have my kids early, because of, you know, my past trauma and things with my parents, you know, not being separated, but through death, you know, through death. And that's what I wanted to see for my kids, to, you know, have that mother and father connection. And a lot of kids don't have that, man. Like, that's literally the struggle of most of these young kids now, is not having the parents. It's either you're going to have your daddy or your mom. And then if you have both of them not going to give you that time. You know, if they're not in the house, they're not giving you that time. You know, we hear this about all these rappers having all these kids like Future. I know Future, man. I went to school with this guy. Very smart guy. You know, smart guy. Dad was hell on him, boy. Like, I don't even think his mom and dad was together, but his dad did not play. His dad did not play. I'm talking about basketball games. His older brother, I ain't gonna say his name, Jay, but, you know, real cool dude. Both of them, man. Like, behavior, well behaved. You know, they played the game, they played the field, because you gotta understand, it's a part of your neighborhood. You adapt to it, but they knew their background, you know. And real smart guy, but all them kids, dude, he's not gonna be there for all them kids. You know, all them kids in different houses, different states. Like, money only pays for so much. You know, literally, you can have all the money in the world, listening to Charleston talk about that man having all that money in his family, his mom having all that money working for the distribution motor distribution company. I want to say it was Ford, but, you know, having that money in the family, money don't mean nothing. Like, just like he said, he wanted to be embraced by the poor people. He wanted to go back to the hood and, you know, deal with those guys, because it was fun. You know, it was entertaining. And, like, just say the least, man, that, like, I ain't even finished the whole video. I just wanted to come on and drop this little small video. And plus, like I said, don't forget, I'll be still doing my giveaway for people. You know, you gotta stay tuned to these videos. I might drop some questions in one of the lives, and if you get it right, hey, you turned on to it. But other than that, man, like I said, just his video is so profound, man, and it, you know, it has a good impact. It talks about the community, man, how we lacking, you know, for leadership, and, you know, dealing with these celebrities. I never really looked that much up to, you know, celebrities like that as, you know, role models. You know, even to a degree, some of these basketball players, man, because football players, You know, some of these people I met, you know, doing my journey of doing promotion, some of the most conceited, like one dude I met, I ain't gonna even say his name. This guy was silly. He was a dude boy. And he was the artist. He had a group dude with him, and he was just saying some of the weirdest stuff. And I don't know if the dude was high, but when I met him, yeah, I gotta get off here. Everybody keep calling me. But you know, the thing of it was, like the guy was lame, man, and I was like, dude, you lame as all outdoors, man, and just seeing the type of like this the guy everybody supposed to so-called respect and love, and he's supposed to be this cool guy. I'm like, oh man, like you a nobody. But you know, with that being said, man, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna actually come back on later. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start real quick. Shout out to everybody in the building. Miss Patty, Tamika, Country Girl, what's up, Queen? Blood Files, Brother Love Show, Keys Kitchen. Hey, everybody in the building. Hold on, is that under? I thought I missed underrated. I thought I seen his name kicking up. Too Raw. Hey Raw, when you doing another live, man? Hey man. You know, I be moving around. I don't be catching people a lot, man. I gotta make you a mod too, man. You know, that's what it is. But shout out to everybody. Sweet Thumb, what's going on with you? I know I seen underrated. What's going on, underrated? Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. But yeah, like I said, man, listen to that Charleston White interview, man. It touched on a lot of stuff, man, and it hits. I'm gonna start probably doing some clips to that, because a lot of stuff he was speaking on, man, is for our community, man, and we don't even pay attention to it, man. Like, real talk, it's a lot of stuff that he was speaking on. A lot of us, and you know, not even privy to it, because we don't think about it. You know, we don't think about the kids, you know, and the alarming rate of, you know, how AIDS is hitting the population in the youth. You know, I always heard about AIDS being so big in nursing homes. You know, my great grandma was in a nursing home. Old man tried to mess with my great grandma. You know, I had to, you know, me being a young teenager, I was kind of hot-headed about that. You know, that was like the biggest love of my life, next to my mama, man, my great grandma. I was gonna fight my grandma one day because of my great grandma. I was like, Grandma, you better not put your hands on my great grandma. Like, that's how much love, man. That lady showed me how to cook. She raised me, man. My grandma raised me, but it was more of a motherly connection with my great grandmother. She chastised me, but it was more or less, you know, I felt more love from. I can't even explain it, man. The way that lady, you know, did with me. G Mama Girls was going on, but you know, yeah, it was more or less, man. Even with my uncles, man, one of my uncles, man, the dude was on drugs. Like, this was like the perfect role model for me, man. Like, because even though he was on drugs and he came out of it, like the things that he showed me and taught me, and you know, he was the only one that ever, like, he came to me and apologized about him being on drugs and not really being in my life like that. Like, it was crazy how, like, he humbled himself and came to me as a kid and was just, you know, trying to make things right. But I'm gonna get off here before I start crying, y'all. But yeah, appreciate it. I gotta get ready to jump off of here. But y'all hit the replay. What's going on, OCP chick? Yeah, you know, shout out to everybody, you know. But the thing is, like I say, Charleston White, man, just listening to his interview with Cam Newton, man, it sparked a lot of, you know, things that I want to more or less start focusing on too. Because, you know, like I said, that's why I changed a lot of my content and start focusing on the money. I know it ain't gonna come, like, you know, I know the subs not gonna come as fast. And my thing is, I'm not doing this for money now. I'm mainly doing it for the people and to give knowledge, because like I said, we can be entertained all the time, man. We can watch movies, music, all that is entertaining, but what are we gonna actually do in regards to, you know, life being what life is? Okay, MB, okay, yeah, I'm at the wrong spot. spot. I was trying to pull over and make sure I'm doing it good. All right, cool, I got it. Yeah, so when it come down to it, man, we gotta have keen eye on how we want to live life, what we want to do. So with that being said, man, shout out to everybody, and pick your poison, because a lot of this stuff that's out here, man, this entertainment is drawing too much of us in. I don't even like underrated. Shout out to you, man. You do a good breakdown of trying to talk to the community. And a lot of times, man, I'm gonna give you your flowers, man, because you try to push the content, and just being, man, just face it. I mean, like I say, I don't even do my content for people to come and give me my flowers and glorify the stuff that I'm doing. Even shout out to Dr. Dunbar, man. Dr. Dunbar has had me on his channel countless of times talking about budgeting and finance. Some of the things. I need to go ahead and interview Dr. Dunbar. I got to get you on too, underrated, man. I've been so busy. I got to start setting time a little more to put out more of this information, because I got to put you on my channel as well and hit you with the interview, man. And we talk, just break down a lot of stuff, man, because I want to do more interviews, because like I said, as far as me getting paid off of here, as far as me doing entertainment, Young Riaz, what's going on? I'm not even looking for the money from this channel. If I can get so many people to invest in their kids, or just to even invest in themselves, I mean, understanding, we getting older. That's the number one thing I keep saying. You're gonna get old, and once you get older, what are you gonna do? If you're not already older, in most people's eyes, what they say, the 40s or the new 20s. Nah, 40 is 40. Ain't no new about it. I ain't taking a 1920s car and saying it's new just because I put new paint, new interior. It's still an old car. So we got to be mindful of what we do. Oh, Fifi jumped in here. What's going on, Fifi? Hey, I was just over there on Can't Stop It. Talking about your channel. He was talking about you and CC have like some of the best videos that I always like. In the morning when I'm driving to work, I like y'all dropping y'all videos in the morning, and in the afternoon, like I try to catch the ones in the afternoon, but the morning ones are so easy for me to get. Yeah, a lot of channels that if I try to get on, man, if I'm not on the live or I'm not on the phone with my wife or family members talking and dealing with business, I try to get as many channels as I can. The Jury Spot, I seen her channel. I was like, man, it's been a minute since I've been on her channel. A lot of times I might devote about 5 or 10 minutes to people's channel, and I kind of move on. Or if I'm doing something, I gotta move on. But other than that, man, I try to watch a lot of channels. And UNCC channels are the most watched probably on my list. If they ever did a breakdown, because the morning time is so perfect for me on my drive, that's why I Can't Stop and Frugal Mama, their videos are so easy for me to listen to on the way to work driving, and just having that time frame to where I can focus and then just listen to something is good, and hit this. Hopefully I can hit this countdown. Coco, I see you. See Coco pulled up in here. What's going on with you, Coco? I seen your Whataburger video the other day. Yeah, everybody drop your links if you want to. That's why you got the wrench for. Everybody got a wrench in here. Drop your links, and you're able to share your channel out, man. I'm all about growing and helping people. Building your channel, watching your channel, like. That's why I always saying we here, man. I try to, get more of the information. But like I said, with that Charleston White video, man, it was like so good. And just to see the embodiment of a man that has changed his life and went in the fire and came back out, kind of unscathed and is reaching back to get everybody. And that's the thing. He's doing it by any means. Man, Charleston White could, just say pass right now because of all the crazy stuff he's saying and doing. Like, this man is literally, like they call a whole martyr this and martyr that. He's putting his life on the line every time he gets on camera. They just said the video where he was in a barbershop asleep and somebody ran in there and hit him with the butt of the gun. That guy could have killed him. He could have didn't hit him. But the whole point of it is, man, like, a lot of stuff that he say is wrong and harsh, but can you blame him? A lot of the stuff that, we let bypass us, the songs, the artists, man, like Sexy Red, like, dude, even these guys are getting crazy with their songs as well, but I'm like, come on, man. Whatever happened to your sexual deeds being private? Like, I knew a girl, she was on live trying to do not a gender reveal, a doggone paternity reveal to a man that's married and his wife was on there with him. And I'm like, it was like a Maury 2.0. I'm like, why is this woman on here with her husband? And it's speculation that he could have had a child with this woman. It's like you pushing against it. You don't even know the truth. Like, get the facts straight. She did a paternity test. Find out what the paternity results is. And then you get on there and question. And I had hit the lady in the back on Facebook. I hit her on her chat and I was like, hey, what are you doing? Hey man, you need to get out from there. Like, that's not you. That's not your life. Man, you grew up in a 2-parent household. You've always had your dad in your life all the way up into high school. A good loving mother. Why you on here doing this? Like, her path was so crazy in becoming this type of woman that she's not. And it was like, man, I don't want to speak too much on the situation, but it was just how crazy it was. And I'm like, when did this become a thing for you to put all your information out? Like, man, I hate this person. Man, I'll sneak this and stuff about people, but I never put no names out. I might put a song out. I might put a video out about being enemies. And, one of my partners, dude, day one, me and him, we had some beef and, we had it out. I didn't even tell nobody what happened probably until about, I say, 6 months after the situation happened. It was only me and another guy that knew what happened. Everybody didn't know I was mad at him. To this day, some people don't know. Like, me and this guy, I've been knowing this guy through my friend for about a couple of years. And I just told him what happened, And it was, I could talk about it really now. I just really wasn't a thing that I was going to tell people. But one of my best friends put a gun on me. And people that know me in real life, I'm the same way like this now, man. I'm cool, laid back. I'm not a violent person. I'm not a person that, backstab or outrage, do anything. But to a degree, I'm from the old school. Once you pull a gun on somebody, man, ain't no takebacks. Like, can't redo that. And for that guy to do that to me, and much as a loving brother that I was to that guy, and the stuff that I did for him and with him, like, it was I couldn't go back to it, man. Like, my wife, she would always, cause this is my best friend. My wife, she'd tell me to this day sometime, be like, don't you miss him? I'm like, man, we was cool, but my life is more important. I got my wife, I got my kids. I can't go back on that. And this is something, like I said, I didn't really want to share it, but more or less just add context to some things, more or less, because I don't put my business out there like that. And the reason I'm sharing this for, a reason. When it come down to it with certain people, man, like, just oversharing, stuff, relationships, sex, like, this whole thing about eating butt, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, when did your bedroom talk become such a big thing for everybody? You know, I grew up in the era about respecting your parents, respecting elderly people. You know, I might joke and laugh with somebody a little older, but it's still a level of respect there. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna jump off of here. Everybody stay cool, and we're gonna do this again. Like I said, I'm gonna watch out for the people that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody come through. Don't forget, man, I'm giving these gifts away. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.